Good morning, everybody. For those of you who know Trav, he's been a guest musician here once a month for several months now, I think since April. And today he's our guest speaker. And he's going to be talking to us about faith and finances and mysticism and money. And I'll also be doing a complimentary talk today on 7 steps to abundance. The most important thing to remember, I think, about abundance is moving into a place of allowing and receiving, and knowing that when you bring energy in, allow it to come in. Just like taking a breath, how you inhale, you exhale. And as abundance comes into your life, the most natural thing for us to do is to turn around and share it with others. So I would invite you today to listen with open ears and allow yourself. And the reason I'm being guided to say this is I'm hearing a lot of people still have ideas around not having self-worth around receiving money, and not thinking that it's divine, but rather it's sinful to have too much money. So many of the belief systems that we have in place talk about the greed that comes with money. Greed is greed. It comes with money without money. And the two are incorrectly associated. From my perspective, having wealth and abundance doesn't always mean money. It can mean other things as well. It can mean a wealth of friends, and a wealth of love, and a wealth of spirituality, a wealth of community, a wealth of food, and travel. We tend to associate wealth with money. Money is simply one aspect of wealth. But when you're open to receive and allow wealth to come into your life, what's the first thing that we do? Is we simply just, everything is circular. It's never just a one-stop shop. Everything you receive comes back out there. So it's truly divine to allow wealth to come into your life so that you can circulate it out and send it back out to all your friends and loved ones and strangers. And think of it as just a synergistic circle of energy. But the more it grows, the more it comes to you, the more it goes to everybody else. And it's just something that expands and grows. And there's nothing sinful or selfish about expanding and growing and energizing and creating more love and more light. It's actually a very divine thing to do. So first of all, I'd like to apologize. On our meetup site, there was a listing for when Jerry Yusko was our guest speaker, and apparently that got replicated, and our meetup said that Jerry was our guest speaker today, and he very dutifully showed up, even though, which was so nice of him. He got a call saying, "You're the guest speaker today," so he hopped in his car and drove down here. So thank you, Jerry, for your support and complying with our error. That was very kind of you. But no, Trav is definitely here. And so for those of you that got that meetup, we do apologize. So Trav has a topic that he would like to share with us, and he's also going to be talking about a free course that he's going to be offering starting, I guess we'll do it in a couple of weeks whenever we get some dates picked out. So if there's any of you that may have interest, you can let me know of dates that you think that would work. But he's going to be teaching an abundance course here, free of charge, just to help people live, release, regain, rejoice, re-recognize the beauty of creating energy. So thank you, Trav. I'll let you go ahead and talk about the microphone.
I might just go ahead and hold it because I have kind of a soft voice.
Okay.
There are some papers there, if you wouldn't mind just passing those to me. Thank you very much. I'm going to actually pass these around. Vancel, if you wouldn't mind starting these. This one for Reverend Danielle.
Thank you.
So, when Reverend Danielle and I first spoke about how I could be of service here at the Temple of Light, she knows that I have a background in business and finance, and spirituality has always been my primary interest. And we started to think about ways we could combine those topics and provide something of value here. And I offered to hold a workshop, which we did a couple weeks ago, which I see a couple people here who were at the workshop, and I think we all had a great time with that, and it was based on finance, on money. And this is going to be similar today, but a little bit different. I have passed out here some research that I've done, where I've looked through some of the sacred scriptures of the world to see what they say about money and finance and wealth. And so primarily, we're just going to be looking at this. And so this is not really what Trav has to say about money. This is really what scriptures have said about money. So we'll look at this. We may have time to go through them all, or maybe not, I'm not sure. But we will read each one and spend a little bit of time in discussion. And I've divided the research into 3 sections. The first one I entitled "Blessed are the Meek," because those quotations relate to that particular topic. Then we've got wisdom, and on the back side, generosity. So let's go ahead and I'll read the first one. You can all just read along. "Do not grieve, dear brother, for being poor, for you are rich instead in faith and in spirit. This is a divine wealth for the richest of the world will crave for, or for which the richest of the world will crave for in vain. True, we must work hard, earn money, and keep our family in happiness and prosperity. But we must always realize that our lives must be devoted to things higher and more sublime. We must remember what great souls, whose lives still inspire hundreds and thousands, were of the poorest in the world." Now, who were some great souls who were also poor? And this is where I'd like to get your input.
Jesus.
Jesus?
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa? Who else comes to mind?
Edgar Casey.
Edgar Casey?
Well, Buddha, after he gave up all his wealth.
That's right. Born a prince and gave up his wealth. Okay, and now moving on to the next quotation. "Health is the greatest gift. Contentment is the greatest wealth. Trusting is the best relationship. Nirvana is the highest joy." What is contentment?
Peace.
Peace? Okay. Any other synonyms or definitions?
Happiness.
Happiness?
Softness. There's just softness towards it.
Softness? Okay. Sort of acceptance. Would you
Yeah.
say? Okay, moving on to the next one. "Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. But he that gathereth by labor shall increase." So now what does that mean to you? What would be wealth gotten by vanity?
Maybe by greed or by dishonesty or lack of integrity.
Okay, greed, dishonesty, lack of integrity. Any other thoughts? "When gold and jade fill the hall, their possessor cannot keep them safe. When wealth and honors lead to arrogancy, this brings its evil on itself. When the work is done and one's name is becoming distinguished, to withdraw into obscurity is the way of heaven." So how can we withdraw into obscurity when our name is becoming distinguished? What does that mean?
Giving unconditionally.
Giving unconditionally? Maybe not seeking to be recognized necessarily, but to give maybe anonymously?